So this week, I'm going to go back in regards to self-employed income, the 1120 and 1120S. Let me open up the income calculator. Let me start sharing my screen. Give me a second. So I think I had mentioned to you last time we have our 1120, and then we also have the 1120S. So the 1120S is for a corporation or S corporation. The 1120 is for just a corporation. So when we rename these 1120 or the tax returns, we're going to name it the tax return name. So this 1120S underscore the year underscore the name of the business. So this is the 1120S. So for the 1120S, we have to get all the tax returns. So when we do personal, we always have to request the business tax returns and the personal tax returns. Okay, so when we do business tax returns, all tax returns, we have to make sure we have to get all pages of the tax return. So for the business, this one in particular, the 1120S, we always want to make sure that we have the K1, Schedule K1, which is going to be this page, and the 825E, I believe it's called. Let me see. I'm sorry, no, hold on. Not this one. The W-2 form, sorry. The W-2 we have to collect, and then obviously the tax returns. So we're just going to plug in the information based off of here. So on a K1, we're going to look at line 1. So the K1 that I saw here, line 1, 5782, and then this K1 shows a percentage. So if this business belonged to more than one person, the percentage here would be different. So she's a sole owner of this business, so that's why she has 100% ownership. The W-2 form, we don't have it for this one, but if you look at this 1120, you see this 7, the compensation of officers. That's what's going to reflect with the W-2. We would need to request the W-2 just to verify that the numbers are matching, but just for training purposes, number 7, compensation of officers, that's the W-2. Okay?
Okay.
And now 1120, it's our form here. We're just going to go ahead and go based off of these lines. So line 4 and 5 are blank. Line 14 is blank. Line 15 is blank. This depreciation form 8825, in order to include it, we have to have this form 8825. I don't think we have it on this tax return, so we're going to leave it blank. Okay. We saw 15. This amortization schedule, there's going to be a statement attachment. So this statement one, if any of these wordings here says amortization, we will include it. We're not including it. And then now we're going to look at this next section, Schedule L, line 17. So Schedule L, line 17 right here, and we're going to look, it's blank. D is blank. And then Schedule M, M1, line 3B. So 3B is also blank. So this one, we're just going to leave it blank. There's nothing to type in here. We're going to go look for our 2023 tax return. Again, we're going to find Schedule K1. So these ones right here, 2 and 3 are blank, so we're leaving it blank as well. Okay, again, 4, 5, 17, 15. I didn't see any 825. If we were to have the form 8825, it'll be right like this one that says Form 4562. I don't see it. There's no amortization as well. Again, 17D is blank and 3B is blank. And then we'll just put 100% here. They're 100% ownership, but there's nothing there. So our income here, I'm not sure why it's not calculating this correctly. So this income, it'll be the way it's calculated after we input everything. We're adding these two here and it's giving us this number, right? And so if we add these two, 27882 plus 20,000, 27882 plus 20,000, it gives us 48,882. The 2 years, so 2022 plus the 50, 170, it should be 98,000. This one we're going to divide it by 24. So our monthly income should be 4,085 with 50 cents. The reason the worksheet has it a little bit higher is because it's not calculating 2022 income. I'm not sure why not. So if we were to divide this 50 by 12, it'll give us this number, 4,180.83. If for whatever reason 2022 income was higher than 2023 income, then we cannot use 2022 income. We would need to run DU to make sure we can go with 1 year income and just calculate the income for 2023.
Okay.
Income, and when you're calculating income, it always has to be increasing for you to be able to average it out. Any questions so far?
Not so far.
Okay. Now let's look at 1120. The 1120 is, again, it's for a corporation. So this one was labeled incorrectly. It should be 1120S. Let's look at, this one's labeled incorrectly as well. This one's labeled incorrectly as well. So as you can see, the 1120, the tax return name is different than all the 1120S's that we've had. So please make sure when you are relabeling these tax returns, you label them correctly. So again, for this corporation, we need this the W-2, or we need this 1125E form. So this 1125E form, because we don't have the K1 like we do with the S Corp, this 1125 form, I'm sorry, is going to give us the percentage of ownership. So I don't see it on here. It's not on here. Let's see if this one has it. This one doesn't have it either. So right now when we calculate, we're going to assume they own 100%, but we do need to have that 1125 form so that we can confirm that they have 100% ownership of the business. If they were to have not 100%, let's say 50% ownership, and so we would only, whatever income we calculate, we can only use 50% of that income. So that's why for the Corp 1120, we need to have that form. So training purposes, again, we're just going to go ahead and calculate income. So W2 is also that compensation of officers page. So in this case, it's going to be number 12,000. And then we're just going to go calculate the income from the form. So 10,139, we're just inputting the document, the numbers that it's telling us here. So 1120, this depreciation. February 21st, again, this amortization, it says line 26. So even though we have this number, 107, we have to look at statement 1 to show that it states amortization. We're going to find statement 1 on here. Statement 1, none of this says amortization. So we're going to leave it blank, even though the number line 26 had this much, 107,000. Okay? When it comes to this amortization, always look for the statement. 29 A and B, so 29 A and B are blank. Schedule L as well. L 17D blank, M1 5C blank. So right here we're going to put 100% for training purposes. Let's look at this one. D is blank, M3 is blank, and let's look for this statement. It's also blank. Again, training purposes, we're putting 100% income or employment ownership. So now we're just looking, we're not excluding the top income, right? We're just including these two income. So if you see how this one is higher than this one, we can't use both incomes. So we have to go with the average of, sorry, 2022 income was higher than 2023 income. So we would have to run our AUS to make sure that we can go with 1 year income. And we would just go based off of the 1 year income, which is going to be less than what we are calculating at the moment. So as you can see, if you average out 2 years, our monthly income would be 2,354. But because 2022 is higher than 2023, we can only go with 1 year income, which is the lower income, right? So our income is only 1,693 with 42 cents. So we would have to run AUS to verify that that is if, this income was high enough where our DTI works, we would have to have our AUS approval with 1 year income. Just looking at this, unfortunately, this income is not high enough for a loan, but training purposes, if this was enough income for a loan, because this is higher than 2023, make sure you only include your income when you input into CalExploit, you're only inputting the 1 year income. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, do you have any questions?
No, none.
Okay. Did I send you this income calculator last time?
No, I don't have it yet. Yeah.
Okay, let me send it to you. If usually, once we do the income calculator, right, I just save a new file into our shared folder, onto our folder, our client data, and then just put income. I would label as income calc _ the name of the business, and then if it's for the W2 form, if it's for like a pay stub borrower, make sure you put income calc, and then you put the name of the employer and then the borrower's name as well.
Okay.
Okay. If you don't have any other questions, I think that's it for today.